On spend stuff timber. Packet to low no bimbo. Like my dinner no sell, they get me go. They get me go. I want you reverse me, where we are, baby, small more like go reverse me, where we are, baby, small more like go reverse behind, like go reverse, bring it behind, cha cha, baby, joggy baba. Girl, would you be my lover? Can't do me like me spend on my paper. Call me, can't start lover. Let me love you forever. Put a ring on your finger. Let's make love undercover. Can you ready with a Jew them shoes? And when you break it down, reverse. Want it too much, you will enjoy. My pocket, you my destroy. You can't let me implore. And when you break it down, reverse. Want it too much, you will enjoy. Describe, can't let me implore. You reverse me, where we are, baby, small more like go reverse me, where we are, baby, small more like go reverse behind, like go reverse, bring it behind. Wanna pay for the body, you say pay me the waist too. The way you catch your lip up, my heart you wanna waste you. My shake it oh, baby. When for I'm a hurry, I mean we spend it oh, baby. When I get broke, I worry, baby, just shock. My you just get down that too. I know you feel me, the way do. Only you can run it too. All my body can spend so that you they can bend my I want to touch reverse me, where we are, baby, small more like
all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the ball rolling here tonight. Share the link while you're following. All right.
Boy, yeah. Just for you, I would dance till it woo. Al-Qaeda on to it. King Jaffa, see you. Alaba, yeah. Me the heat, man. Girl, what I feel for you is real. Just for you, I would dance till it woo. Al-Qaeda on to it. The way that I feel now, jump from my crazy bone straight to my kettle. Style.
Hey! Mon Dieu, mon bro, ça va beaucoup mal. Nana dit. Ladies and gentlemen, the process has begun. Are you ready? Are you ready? Come on, make some noise. Woo! Now, wake up. Rise from your seats and let's celebrate.
All right, my people, let's go ahead and share the link here. This especially goes to my CPP people. Listen, my people, I need energy. When we come on these live, let's go share the link. I'll post it in the chat room. Let's make some things happen tonight. You're not going for the campaign. You won't be on ground. This is the least you can do to support us, to put the message out there. So we're here. When we're talking, you'll say, oh, we see people need a bit. We're here. Just share the link. Let's get people on. We're not here to be playing around here, please. Let's go.
Yage challenge see you, Yage challenge see you, Yage challenge see you. JBT do you? As they go nage pate, Yage challenge see you, Yage challenge see you. Yage mo se yo see you. Shari ne mi asense pa. Yage mo se yo see. 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 Yage challenge see you. Yage challenge see you. I said I go never know. Yage challenge see you. Yage challenge see you. Yeah. Yage challenge see you.
I love this song, man. Let's share the link, share the link, share the link, share the link. Let's make it happen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we'll keep sharing it. Let me go ahead and share in the group so we'll get some things going.
As we want to fix this country, we want you please come and join us. No one is leaving behind.
All right, so we had a little bit of problem connecting to our other pages. We're finally on those pages, so let's go ahead and continue to share the link here.
Fix that too. Come on, fix that too. I'm Charlie, I fix that too. All them ladies, where are you? Make some noise. Are you ready? One yours. All them ladies, one yours. One yours. Shake yours.
Break your waist way up to let's you.
And listen, my people, I want to say thanks to all of you for following tonight. Right now, we're at crunch time, and all of us trying to make it a bit interesting. I tell you, it ain't easy. Sometimes I'm tired as hell, but I come on here for us to be able to push the message. So that's what we got to do, right? All of us got to make sure we're pushing this message. We're educating our people as well. So let's continue to go ahead and share. Get people here. Appreciate it.
Break dance and beat it. Take it back in the day.
Orita Zina. I like the joke and I call her Rita rescue mother, right? She people mother now.
Kaka wenga temi yo. Jenga ba mwega nela yo.
I love this song.
Together we stand, ready to serve. We are changed, not come. We're not willing to fall.
And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Duke Strider JJ. And y'all already know me much.
We will win, we will win.
We will win.
We will win. ANC, we will win. We will win, we will win. We will win, we will win. CPP, we will win. ANC, we will win. We will win, we will win.
Better education, better healthcare, invest in agriculture, fix the infrastructure. Not overnight, not easily, but it can be done. Liberians will feel the difference. We will set the example. We will work hard every day. We will go to work on time. We will not steal. And when people steal, we will punish them.
Katedia de Lolo, de la Lecadia. Aga Ikwanga Bogo Pro, Ivon Relegatu, my Kumi is a new bread pro, Aquemon. Kakega Kukapai, Akaku Yanga Pomon. Kwame fence, raise your hands, do the dance, feel pleasant. Kwame fence, raise your hands, do the dance, feel pleasant.
Absolutely.
We will win, CPP, we will win, ANC, we will win, 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 CPP, we will win, ANC, we will win, we will win, we will win.
Jora, what are you doing on a board? Make a decision. And it's not coming that the best for the nation. As soon as you have power, they will run it very cheerful. You will never hear dead new for retention. So much love and passion for my mother and my people try with corruption. We here to zero them. My fellow people, my father people. My cool people, my cute people. The easy people, they love my people. They cry the manner and the planning people. We are one set of people, so we have a full blast. United we stay in the valley before. Mr. Bronskin tried bad, but he couldn't make it, so he said, so I tell Bronskin or I forgive for us. Vote for your people, vote for your rapper, fellow Liberian.
Listen to you. Listen, when I hear this song here pulls me in that zeal. This is an amazing song. And it speaks about what Mr. Cummings represent. Vote for your right, vote for your future. This is your decision. NCCPP.
First and foremost, Mr. Cummings your hero. And Charlie personally, more lawyer Toronto. All the you say, I say they say. All the 50 promise they can make. All the cheese I say they can say. And I get to know what they say. This one ourselves on the already. Mr. Cummings, you the one that will carry. ANC, CCP. You know, Arika, there we go. ANC, CCP. Arika, there we go.
Mr. Alexander Cummings, Alexander. Setting it from a rubber to happen. Now looking at Mr. Lion and what chapel. Mr. Alexander Cummings, I get people. When I was on the water project in Liberia. Scholarship from Liberia to America. Vote for your future, don't let your project be too.
Yeah, man.
Over ANC party, the yellow bell drop. Then I get Cummings Pele one play. You wear my own game, but you want to care. Cummings let you say, follow your care.
All right, listen, let me go ahead and start this thing here because we won't be up for long. And I want to do like 1 hour in between to be able to speak to all the things that are going on. But let me start by saying thanks to all of you who are supportive, who come on this platform where we're on to be able to talk. I'm streaming from 3 different platforms. So if you're on my unapologetic page, I know there's 3 people watching on that page. I appreciate all of you. And if you're on my main page, I have about pretty close to 80 persons here. And then there's the YouTube channel as right. But as we come in, please share the link, share the podcast. This is your opportunity to be able to hear from us, to be able to get some information. So you're not, lost in translation when it comes to what's going on. And I try to do my best to, to make sure we're doing that. A special shout out to, Miss Natty Wilson. I mean, appreciate you. Thank you. Seattle Townsend. I have Emmanuel. I have Aretha, Eugenia. All of you, appreciate all of you as well. So let's get into the thick of things. So pretty much just what I'm doing here today. And guess what I'm gonna be doing today. Now on YouTube, if you need to put in your TV, just look for Unapologetic. That would be the YouTube page, Unapologetic, and you should be able to actually pull the YouTube channel and watch this on your TV. It brings a different experience actually when you're watching on your TV from YouTube as well. First and foremost, let me admit, I am really excited and I'm exhausted. I've been through multiple meetings tonight, today, as a whole, and then I had to do the closing argument today. And then in addition, after I got off the closing argument, I had to have multiple calls again. And tonight I'm on here. But look, I don't mind making the needed sacrifices at least. I'm going to go into rest mode after this week, as I stated. So by maybe Friday or Saturday of this week, I'm going to go into complete shutdown mode and just give myself a little break in between. And then, hopefully do one day next week, and then we should be okay. So in fact, if you don't see me on the closing argument or the platforms a lot, I'm begging you, please just understand it's just because of that. Shout out to whoever's on YouTube that's watching right now. I appreciate you as well. You get a good experience by watching Unapologetic on our YouTube channel. So let's get into the thick of things. So my people listening, as we march into election day, what I intend to do is to be able to have a lot of these discussions here. I am working on, I'll reach out to my guys and see if we can do a special edition of Unapologetic and be able to get all our people on the Gabriel and Peter for us to be able to have some post some analysis there as well, right? And let's see. Seattle, welcome as well. Appreciate you there. But anyways, I just like to give you all a brief conversation about where we are, what we're noticing, different things, and to be able to let you know what the CPP is doing, to be able to earn your votes, and just put in this last minute push. So first and foremost, we're talking about the countdown of to October 6th. So it is now an open secret where many of you are aware that the CPP campaign will be closing on October 6th, and that particular close, the end of campaign on October 6th, is going to be held at the Antoinette Tubman Stadium. Now, we all have actually followed the conversation about the ATS and all of the different groupings and political parties that have been able to, make their presence felt at the ATS. Now, let me give a historical backdrop of that particular place. In 2017, the ANC was able to massively occupy the ATS. And actually, 2017, the ANC did a better job, a great job at, being very impressive in terms of, Mr. Cummings' performance, especially coming late into politics and the kind of, accomplishment, the kind of push that they made in 2017. So it's very impressive, and that explains why Mr. Cummings was able to surpass the Liberty Party in Maserati County. A big deal as well. But anyway, on that note, October 6th is gonna be a defining moment. And by defining moment, what I think is, there's been a lot of noise when it comes to the CPP, when it comes to other political parties, when it comes to a lot of different things, right? And so we've reached a point now wherein, we look at all of these people, this crowd politics, first and foremost, trust me, it is only about who, right, will be able to take their people to the various polling station. And so that's the most important thing to watch out for. But anyway, long story short, the CPP will be closing in Montserrat County on October 6th. We do expect a really large turnout because a lot of our partisans, those of people who are supportive of Mr. Cummings, they have been watching, they have been observing, and they're at the point wherein they've made the decision that Mr. Cummings is their only hope. A lot of Liberians, Mr. Cummings is the only hope because people see now that a lot of crooks who were part of the destructions of Liberia are kind of morphing into something else and trying to reburn their own form of corruption and present themselves as agent of change. So what it has done, it has reignited the base of Cummings supporters. And so on October 6th, those people will be pulling from all over and coming, canvassing and marching on the ATS to be able to not only show the support for Mr. Cummings, but let people know that these elections are an election that's going to go in the direction that a lot of people are not paying attention to, and that they're confident that the CPP has been doing the work, and the CPP will be able to make headways in terms of the entire campaign process, in terms of the entire electoral process. So keep that on your note. One thing I want to highly encourage all of you supporters of Mr. Cummings, the CPP, the ANC, that from now to October 6th, please make sure you're sharing those flyers on your stuff. Wear your red shirt, your ANC gear, your CPP t-shirts. Take a picture, post it on social media, build the momentum with us, because I'm telling you, we are marching into a wave of momentum leading up to October 6th, and we want all of you to be able to spread that. Another thing is, if you're in your different states, the different areas, and you wouldn't be in Liberia, start preparing now with your people so that you can show up at your different parks, like we always do, different places as well, and meet as as supporters to be involved in that date on October 6th. So we're looking forward to that. And I'm telling you, there's a wave, right? There's a wave of energy. This morning, I was very proud of the efforts that hey, Sierra, I see that you're on YouTube. Thank you so much. I'm very proud of the level of commitment that we received from people who have actually, concluded that, look, listen, yes, where we are, and this is what we're going to do. and we're confident that we're not only going to be able to match the intensity, but we're going to send shockwaves and let these people know that we are here to be productive, supportive, and that our votes are important because we see that Liberia is going in the direction that we don't want it to go, and the only person that can that can resuscitate this country is Mr. Cummings. So on October 6th, we will be gathering in a large number, and coming from all over the country to be able to attend this a prestigious event as well, to send a message to the establishment, to send a message to people who feel entitled, and let them know that, look, we have convicted people. I mean, we have people with convictions. We have people who believe in what Mr. Cummings offers, and those people understand that there's some kind of urgency when it comes to the state of Liberia, and those people are going to show up and they're going to make a statement and let you know that, look, we're not stupid. We see what's happening, and we're going to rise with Mr. Cummings to ensure that all of us together can save Liberia. So it is going to be massive. It is going to be really exciting. I can feel the energy all day today, talking from different groups. Let me tell you, I had so much meetings today. I cannot describe the level of interactions that I have today, talking from one person to the next, 2-3 persons, and just reaching out. Because, I control one of the most effective auxiliary for the ANC-CPP in the Republic of Liberia. It is proven, and it's called Jim. Jim has been the Swiss Army knife to canvassing and being a political action movement, right? That's been able to move in different parts and actually exert its presence in those different regions. So it was me reaching out to those young people and letting them know, like, look, listen, guess what we're going to do? This is how we're going to do it. And I need all of you to be able to join us and see how best we together can make can stand up for Liberia and stand up for Mr. Cummings as well. So so that's where we are, right? We are doing all we can to make sure, you understand me? We are driving the narrative, we're pushing the message as well, and we're getting people there. So I'm very confident. Ed Austin, what's up, my brother? I need to reach out to you. I'll reach out to you soon. I'm there. So look, we're very confident about the work. So today I was on a lot of these meetings, and look, it is about taking the initiative because we're at a pivotal point in planning for October 6th starts now. So that's where we are now, just reaching and making sure that we are actually doing our best to be able to get some things accomplished. So that's for that part. The other thing here is, look, let me tell you all this. And I want you to listen. As you're listening, people who are not following, you have to continue to communicate this. You see, we're at the point that every political party will do all they can to build some sort of not momentum, but this perception that they are majority or dominant political institution. The focal point here is that you are not falling for all of these rhetorics, that you're paying attention to who's doing the most work, and you're understanding that this is a lot more than sitting and just seeing people all over the place talking about sitting there and having people just talk, right, about crowd politics and all of the nonsense and about the dominance. The election, I guarantee you, is going to come to strategy. It's going to come down to who will be able to take the most people to the polling station. And mind you, what people are not paying attention to is this. In 2017, the Unity Party was on every radio station calling as if Joseph Boyka's supporters had actually won the election. They were dominating with every polls they're out there, right? They went to the ATS and they dominated in the numbers, right? But in the end, the Unity Party fell short. Let me tell you why they fell short. First and foremost, Boyka got that kind of number because there was still a little bit of the Elling factor and this incumbent factor, right? A lot of people felt tied to the Unity Party. They were the current government. They had a little bit of supportive base. And so those people still had to give some level of support, right? And so that's what happened in 2017. However, the Unity Party struggled. The Joseph Boyka struggled. The reason why the Unity Party under Joseph Boyka would never be a formidable force or serious contender to win an election is simple. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, regardless of what you think of her, had some kind of madness to what she was doing when it comes to being this kind of political figure in Liberia. She knew how to build relationships, and she understood the context of grassroots politics. Ellen's strategy was not based in Montserrat. As Ellen's logic was based in those key strategic areas, and building those relationships that were needed to get her over the hump. In the case of the Unity Party, the problem here is that Joseph Boyka has not really been this dominant political figure. Joseph Boyka has not shown wherein he has what it takes to be able to push or generate the level of traction to win an election. And trust me, don't underestimate that, because it is very key in determining who will win, or also understanding how a certain political party will do. The history of Joseph Boyka points to this, that he has not been able to win anything. In addition to that, if you look at since Ellen Johnson Sirleaf left the Unity Party have never been a formidable political party. Nobody is afraid. If Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was actually being supported, if Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was actually on there, if Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was the one that was communicating in terms of the Unity Party, I would have told you clear cut and simple that she would be a force to reckon with. But what they did at their own detriment, that's going to always hunt this old man and put him in a position wherein he's not going to win an election, is because, number one, they completely alienated Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and they turned the weapons of destruction on the character of this woman. They malign her character. What they failed to realize is that woman, the party that she built in terms of the Unity Party, was created with a nucleus of key components or individuals who have existing and past relationships, right, when it comes to politics. Those individuals have seen that the former vice president is up to no good. He has been divisive. He has been destructive. They have been completely, right, ignorant in terms of the fact that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had everything to do with the success of the Unity Party. And I think that's going to hurt them big time. Another point to make, in 2017, I remember I had a lot of conversation with my thank you. I had a lot of conversation during the election period in 2017 with people who were knowledgeable about that process. And at one point in time, I had several people in the war room, and they would call me, I'll look in the war room and have a conversation. The downfall of the Joseph Boyka Unity Party in 2017 is that they did not have anything in terms of a structure or movement in those counties that mattered. And so when election day came, he fell flat, and he only was able to get a win in Lofa County. Now, clearly the Ellen factor was in place, so to a certain extent, there was still some people who just didn't know what to do, and they ended up casting the vote. So he was this kind of recipient, a beneficiary of that goodwill for people who just genuinely love Ellen and the party. Even though everything was going on, they were still tied to the Unity Party. But the lack of movements in those counties created the nightmare of losing an election because they were not deeply rooted. Now, fast forward to 2017. The Unity Party then created this illusion that the only thing Joseph Boyka has to do is to be able to secure the win in Nimba County. And that means that if he does that, it's going to make him the winner of the Liberian presidential election. Pump the brakes. My people, I keep telling you, there's some kind of shocking result that's awaiting some of these arrogant individuals. And this is not politics. It is being logical. It is being factual. Let's look at the facts. Lofa County is not the same kind of political atmosphere that it once was, or it was in 2017. And I'll make the argument. In 2017, Joseph Boyka was this kind of familiar face to the people of Lofa, and they have always supported him. But in addition, Joseph Boyka always had a group of elders in Lofa County who were influential pieces, and it was really hard to get in the mix of that group to take away from his vote share. Also, there were not too many people that were known at that time in Lofa from that particular region that would have actually put up some sort of resistance, right, to Joseph Boyka in Lo-Fi County. Stating so, let's move to 2023. One of the things that CDC realized is that they have lost hold of Montserrado. CDC for a long time had this dominant majority of Montserrado County because the entire message of CDC was crafted in Montserrado County. The foundation of the Blue Revolution was based in Montserrado County. But the errors of the government in the latter era, wherein you have a lot of college-educated Liberians, turned CDC now, turned Montserrado away from the column of CDC and went to the opposition column. Because people started realizing that the lives were not better. There were a lot of missteps, there were a lot of mishaps, and they needed to be able to focus. That's why you saw during the by-election, when Cummings was able to take charge of the CPP was able to score a massive win. Because people were rebellious, they were disenchanted CDCians. All of these people saw the logic in standing up and saying, you know what, we will send a message to George Weah. But CDC sensing that they've lost the grip, they moved into action. They had to find that replacement county that would give them some level of edge outside of the laws that they've actually had in Montserrado County. Let me say this. CDC loses Montserrado County and does not pick up any significant win outside. They're not making it to the second round. And so they invested a lot of resources into Lo-Fi County. They tested that result during the by-election when Joseph Boyka Unity Party lost in Lo-Fi County and the candidate from the CDC won the election in Lo-Fi County. That alone showed us three things. And people some of you may want to ignore that and discount that, but let me tell you this here. Why it is important for you to not overlook that. You see, this is a man that won by pretty close to 80% margin in 2017. And if, in fact, let's go again. And if Joseph Boyka was a strong candidate as standalone, he should not have lost to CDC in Lo-Fi County when it matters, especially during a critical period. Because that election, that particular by-election, regardless of what you want to say, that special election in Lo-Fi County, it was a major swing for the CDC. If CDC had lost that election in Lo-Fi County, I can assure you it would have been one of the most defeating moments in CDC, because here it is, they've lost Montserrado County, and the place that they're testing as a competitive area for them in Lo-Fi County, they dropped the election there. It is a done deal. They're in the deep hole. But CDC, even though the margin was that close and Joseph Boyka lied that, there's certain things they showed us. They showed us that they can win in Foya. They showed us that they can get into the Boyka coalition and completely rip it apart. That's what they did. For the first time, no political party has been able to do that. The CDC got into the Boyka relationship in Lo-Fi County and was able to separate those chiefs. And so what you see now is Joseph Boyka's strength in terms of the majority control that he had with the elders, those chiefs in Lo-Fi County, fell apart. CDC went and tapped into that, and guess what they started doing? They started bankrolling the cash. They started funding activities. They started building houses for these chiefs. They started taking these chiefs outside of Liberia. They started doing a lot of different things, right? To be able to not only entice, but also let the Unity Party know that they were going to give Joseph Boyka a run for his money. The level of progress that CDC have made in Lo-Fi County, the level of work that I've seen them, and the fact that they've been able to break into the Boyka support base in Lo-Fi County leaves me with no other reason to believe that on election night, right? If you're seeing a competitive race in Lo-Fi County, that means for the first time, Joseph Boyka would lose Lo-Fi County. It is most likely, that Joseph Boyka would lose Lo-Fi County because CDC drops Montserrado County, in which there's an expectation to will, and go to Lo-Fi County and lose Lo-Fi County. CDC is not in the second round. I can assure you, if CDC drops Lo-Fi County and Montserrado County, they're not making it to the second round. And that, my friend, makes me to believe that there is no way possible that Joseph Boyka will win Lofa County against CDC, because the CPP will win Monserrado County. Monserrado County is going to be, this particular, arena wherein the other political parties will be dogging out for whoever's going to come under the CPP. But I can assure you, using everything and just using this general logic here, CDC loses Monserrado County, they are not losing Lofa County. I can assure you, they will win Lofa. And so, if the CDC wins in Lofa County, that means that Joseph Boyka is in the bad situation. Because what happens there and then is simple. The pressure now turns to Nimba County, my people. And I want you all to pay attention. The reason why the pressure falls on Nimba is that means Joseph Boyka will have to win Nimba County by a large margin, which is merely impossible. Because if he drops Lofa County and you go into Nimba County becomes competitive, and for the benefit of the doubt, and let's say you skip out and you end up winning Nimba County by a small margin, that means that you are in major trouble. And this leads me to my other point. The CPP. You see, I keep saying this every day when I get on this podcast. And I will continue to re-echo this to educate many of you. The only party in this election, let me focus on the opposition side, that's got the sure chance of running the numbers in this particular area would be the collaborating political parties. Alice Cummings and the CPP, Charlene Brumsky, can run the numbers along the Bassa Belt with a dominant majority. And on election night, if they're pulling in the high 70s, possibly the high 60s, pretty close to 80s, along the Bassa Belt, I can assure you Cummings will make it to the second round. If the CPP on election night is winning massively along the Bassa Belt, my people, tell you this, they are into the second round, because all they need to do is to remain dominant along the Bassa Belt. That's what they need to do. And if they consistently put out those projections, those particular numbers along that area, trust me, it's going to be a long night for the Unity Party. What's going to come into play is who is doing the most work. That's why I tell y'all, when y'all see Cummings on your computer, on Facebook Live, going into those communities on his feet, do not underestimate that. If y'all think I'm lying, there were several messages shared from the CDC chat room wherein people were basically referencing what Mr. Cummings was doing in terms of the door-to-door strategy. They were. And you notice the Unity Party then started skipping that nonsense and started jumping on the door-to-door strategy as well. Because Liberian people are interested, the voters are interesting people. Why do you think the CPP went to Margibi County? Don't overlook that. Don't underestimate that. Listen to them talking and chopping and all that stuff. I can assure you, the first time a major political event has happened outside of Monserrado County, and you think it's a joke, trust me, it got the attention of people. If you think I'm lying, why did they try to mimic that by going into Margibi County? It didn't work. They fell flat on their face. They absolutely fell flat on their face. All right? So don't fall into the trappings of the number BS. Usually those arguments come from incompetent, inexperienced people that don't even know a lot of the things that's actually unfolding. But I will tell you that I had an opportunity of speaking to somebody from the Unity Party. And this person here was upfront with me. And this was last week, and then we follow up with another conversation today as well. And this person said, Duke, let me tell you the truth. He said, we might try to just sugarcoat things, but I'll tell you this: number one, we're struggling. We're pretending the only thing we've been good at is just put things out there and just, perception politics, like I always said. But he said the worrisome part of this is that we fear that we have not done good of a job to go into some of these counties and some of these locations because of the constraints, the financial constraints that we have. And that's my only concern, that we're overlooking something here. And it makes sense. And that's what we've said. They are overlooking something because what it's going to come down to is going to be who was consistently in the trenches. And the Unity Party error is that they have bought into this illusion that they're a dominant political party, which continue to hurt them, because that illusion have only triggered people and made people to realize that these people are not remorseful. They're still the same arrogant individuals that are still looking for next opportunity to be able to try. But in addition to that, they have not really pushed a message that resonates with the people who need to vote, and they have not seen them in those communities. The CPP stands a better chance of being very competitive in this election because they have been the only consistent party that have been in the trenches. And you see Mr. Cummings walking in those slum communities, in the mulch, in the green, nasty part of the place, water soaked, smell really bad because of all of the things that they've done to our people, right? But he goes there because he wants to understand and see the living conditions of those people. You understand me? You understand me? So the Unity Party is playing they're playing a fairly dangerous game. But in a nutshell, if you're really smart and you really pay attention, that particular grassroots door-to-door strategy on your phone, it has actually created some balls and eye swings towards the CPP and Mr. Cummings' bid for the presidency. It has done that. And this is why I encourage many of you to not listen to the noise in the market, but to continue to pay attention to things and see how best we can continue to drive not only the message, but be present when it matters the most. I'm confident that from the CPP side, that we have a plan in place, and I'm not going to discuss that. And I am confident that based upon the plan and a lot of the things that I'm seeing, I am right, very, very confident that these elections will be the CPP election to win. Don't listen to the noise, because after you make, it's like football, it's like American football, right? Or even soccer. You got to center the ball, and that ball, once it goes into motion, meaning the game starts, the person who's got the best possession and convert this possession into opportunities for strikers, who then convert it into goal, become the person that will win the game. I'm telling you. So I am very confident. I am very optimistic. I am even confident to the point wherein I smile today because of the movements that I saw and the work we done. Look, my people, look, I am not just a talker. I ran mobilization operations for the ANC. I am very familiar with grassroots politics in Liberia and some of the engagements that we had, some of the conversations and relationships. And mind you, during COVID, we were in the communities. We were at those local clinics. We were the one giving the local community clinics some sort of help for COVID. We were there. We have 4th Army of young people deployed in those different districts, going to the markets and community places and building relationships with some of those people. They remember. So I believe we're in a good space. We are in a good place. I am confident not only are we in a good place, that we have all of the tools needed to be able to take this thing head on. I'm very confident. Those relationships will pay dividend. In addition to that, there are a lot of people, don't listen to the noise in the market. A lot of people now have reawakened and said, you know what? for us to go through this nightmare with George Weah and sit down there, these same greedy people in Unity Party to come and hijack politics, our government in this country, is not going to happen. And let me tell you, some of you seditians who see the warning signs, if you don't rally your support for the ANC, the CPP, if you don't submit your vote for Alice Cummings, because we know that the CDC might not make it to the second round or win. If you don't do that, you run the risk of being the subject of retaliation against people in the Unity Party who are out to make sure they will hunt you down. Now, it doesn't mean that if you stole your corrupt person, the law wouldn't take its course. But I'm just saying, those people who are vindictive and they're evil and they're looking to retaliate, you better wake up now and support Alice Cummings. Because I can assure you, the Unity Party agenda is not to be able to solve the Liberian problem of people issue, because they have no knowledge of doing so. Their agenda is to become more corrupt, more condescending, and target people because they are that kind of political party, a political party built on destruction and evil. We are at a crucial point, my people. And that particular crucial point gives me all the level of optimism. My only appeal to a lot of you, CPP supporters, Cummings supporters, some of you who will not be going to Liberia, but you will be here in the diaspora, this is when we need you all to be not only supportive, or supportive, by the way, but we need your voices to start becoming louder. If you've been the person who's been in the back, say something. Move. Some of you got influence on people in that country. Speak. Call your community. Rally your people. I spoke to a man that I've never spoken before, and never knew this man supported Alice Cummings. And this man told me, say, I watch you guys. We don't say much, but I tell you this. I got a group of 300 persons in this district. Trust me. Everywhere you go, when you talk to people, you see them having pockets of supporters in different areas. And you think that it is a joke? Let me also confirm. Based upon knowledge, based upon everything that I know, the CPP have grown. Mr. Cummings and the ANC have grown 3 times more than it was in 2017. We increase our membership base. We increase the people of Liberia who believe in hope and optimism. My question here is, can you say the same for the Unity Party? Can you say convincingly that the Unity Party over the years, 6 years after George Weah, that they've actually attracted more members? No. They only have to see more people. They have not grown considerably because the message does not appeal to a core of new voters. So if you have that level of stagnation when it comes to your own political party and the lack of movements in terms of new members, what makes you think that you have a dominant majority? You don't have a dominant majority. So all of these are illusion versus facts. The fact shows you growth from the other political party. The fact shows you that people who want change in Liberia will not support the Unity Party. And the fact also tells you that all of the nonsense that they've been talking is based upon fallacy, and fallacies will not be the reason why people win elections in this place. Okay, so I am telling you that we are in a good place, and I am confident that the work that's been done will be able to yield the level of dividends, the level of results. That's why I am unbothered. So finally, as I wrap up here, my people, because I got to sleep, I got to wake up early and stuff, so I'm very tired tonight, my people, but don't just pardon me, I was something there. Finally, let me say this here. We want all of you who support Mr. Cummings, to start taking the next few weeks personal. This is no time to make friends with people. It is no time to exhibit some level of civility. It is no time to be diplomatic. This is the time that you become ruthless and intentional when it comes to your support of Mr. Cummings. Because we are up against people who do not understand civility and decency. And I've only built a campaign based upon not telling the Liberian people how they intend to govern, but being very condescending and disrespectful to the ordinary people. So you all supporters of Mr. Cummings, you need to do a good job. I'm making your presence felt over the next couple of days because we're going to need all of you. We're going to need all of you in this march towards making sure we're changing the country. It is very important that you stand up and do all you can for us to make this possible. We are doing our best to get everything that we need to get and do the kind of work that are needed, right, to drive the level of results that we need to see on October 10th and October 6th during the rally as well at the ATS. But to be able to do that, we need all of you to buy into this particular philosophy and to exert every effort that you have in making sure that we are continuing this fight against establishment characters as well. So our young people will be out there. What's up, Dixon? We will be moving along and bringing things together. We're going to need water, food for them, and all of this. We'll do that. But we will make sure that those people who are passionate about Mr. Cummings will have the moment, and we will send a defining message to the Liberian people about the way in which we think that the country needs to be governed, and to show that there are committed people across the country who believe in the vision of Mr. Cummings. So give us a call, reach out, talk to us. If you have any question, reach out. I'll be able to speak to all of you. But I want to say this, we are making the necessary push that's required to drive the level of results. We remain confident in the work that we've done. We will continue to be overconfident and in a good way because we see our opportunities. But in addition to doing so, we are not going to ignore the fact that it has to be done with hard work, a level of discipline, and we're prepared for that. We're absolutely prepared for that. So this is the state of the CPP in the update. October 6th, we're coming outside. We're going to do every live podcast every night to give you updates, to brief you. Some of you who need clarity and you see or feel a certain way, reach out to me and we'll have a conversation. But if you have not stepped up to the plate, this is your time to do so. You can do so by being very intentional about your decision, putting in the necessary relationships that you need to, taking advantage of the contacts that you have, and linking them up with people. For instance, if you have been working with young people and you're not going to Liberia, but you have a group, and you said, Duke, I got my group of young people. I want you to meet them and see how best you can work together. Let me know. I want to bring all of them together to see how best we can have a massive outing on October 6th. And I know it is possible because all the meetings I was on today, I can tell you that some of these young people were inspired. So starting tomorrow, they're going to be on the feet. They're going to be working and stuff. We will play our part in making sure we're providing whatever we can to be able to get them into those places to work. But in the end, we are after supporters of Mr. Cummings and supporters of a new Liberia who believe that to be able to get Liberia to where it needs to be, we need intentional, impactful leadership and a coalition of willing Liberians who understand the enormity of the issues at hand. Don't be carried away. Don't overreact. Every political party, the CPP, has got a brilliant strategy. Look, when you hear Musa Ability telling you what he thinks will happen, don't overlook it. Musa Ability has been around Liberian politics for a long time. Chairman Ability has been behind some of the most convincing wins in our nation's history. When a man like that tells you, he means business because he knows what we are seeing. The Unity Party will be overwhelmed in key areas that they have overlooked. And we're confident that the work that we will do will put us in a better position than any other political party. Okay? So that's why we're going to protect our votes. We're going to get our people out there to vote. And on October 6th, we will dominantly show strength, and we will be very intentional about the strength that we show, and we'll let you know convincingly that those people will show up to the ATS. We will mobilize them and make sure every one of those people will go to the respective polling station and submit the ballots in support of Mr. Cummings. So this is just a quick briefing on the state of the CPP. As I get some information, I'll be able to forward it to you. Watch out for my Facebook page, like it, share it. Read the contents over there, because trust me, some of those things, trust me, you don't catch on it. But then when it happens, you say, oh, wow. I said, no, but I hinted to it. You didn't pay attention. We will continue to do that. We are confident that we can win this election. We're confident in the work that we've done. We're confident in the conversations we're hearing. We're confident in the type of relationship that we're building. And I'm confident that with all of the work thus far, if we stay on that path and we just follow what we have been doing consistently, we will create a very, very shocking result in that country. And I'm telling you, don't overlook it. Don't underestimate. We will do that because we're very confident in the work that we've put forth. So on that note, my people, let me go ahead and get my rest tonight. But I just wanted to, to give all of you the necessary updates. I wanted to give all of you the updates. And I'll let you know, and let you know where we are. So on that note, my people, like I said, thank you all for following. I really do appreciate the commitment that we've seen. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I really, really am thankful for a lot of you who've been a blessing and a support. Miss Natty Wilson, one of the most patriotic Liberian and somebody who respects and value everything that, that I do. And I say I'm thankful for people like that. And I know, they don't like me to call their name, but I just want to acknowledge that we've had some good people. They are the reasons why some of us continue to fight hard to push for Liberia, because we believe that if we're not stepping up, if we're not talking for our people, we run the risk of putting people in government who will be destructive, and Liberia will be caught up in this rot that we cannot clean ourselves from. So thankfully it wouldn't happen, because people like us are around, and we will continue to do all that we can in our own parts to be able to push the best. Look, I've been on this journey. I've been exhausted. I will pick myself up. Like tonight, I am sleeping, but I had to come up here to be able to talk and provide updates to the people, right? That's how we'll continue to do. And that's how we will continue to. And let me say this. I said this today, and that will be a conversation maybe for tomorrow, 12 o'clock. There's a possibility that a big sanction is coming. And it's also possible that the sanction that's coming will impact the government of Liberia and individuals within the Unity Party. I'm going to remain mute about that because we're still waiting and observing. But I'm just saying, don't play around. Don't overlook. I keep telling y'all pay attention, because there's a lot of things that are unfolding. And some people will be shocked. Some people will be surprised. The big eyes that's actually watching. Big people are looking. And I'm telling you, as we approach, a decision will be made. I'm waiting. I will keep tightly. I just want to drop this here. But listen, we'll continue to put things out there. And I will try to during the day to see how I can get people from the campaign to hop on with me for us to talk. I look forward to working with all of you, making sure we're fighting for better Liberia. And are listening. I appreciate all of you and all of the sacrifices that you've made in your own weak ways. Some of you that have been supported. For some of you who haven't been supported, please support what we're doing. Share these links, contact us, talk to us. We're here to respond to you, because at the end of the day, all of us got a vested interest in Liberia. And the only way we can change that, the only way we can save that country, is by making the right decision and supporting Mr. Cummings. So October 6th is the trending topic. Go ahead and share on your page. We're going to post the flyer tomorrow. When that flyer gets off on my page, take it, attach it to your profile, do whatever you can you're going to work, wear your red t-shirt. Show something, show some kind of belief, some kind of inspire people, right? So these people can understand that they are not alone. So on that note, my people, thank you so much. And we are going to continue to work. I'm very appreciate all of you. Let me go get some rest now. But yo, thank you so much. And I want to just say that we will definitely be there October 6th. So don't be surprised when you see a tsunami of CPP supporters. It is coming, and we're confident that we will be able to answer the call. So on that note,
Wait for the ANC to win it, party, put your flag up high. And get a massive line and parade for ANC. Yeah. We coming, ANC coming. We coming, ANC coming. Opposition get away now. Mr. Cummings coming. What are you? I say get away. ANC coming. ANC, oh yeah. Kumi we want to. Let's Kumi we want to. Kumi we want to. Let's Kumi we want to. Kumi we want to. Let's Kumi we want to. Kumi we want to. Let's Kumi we want to. Hey, opposition pakasa, other than a rakasa. They can't to steal the ma. C'était Singapore for Kumi. They pape na perfect leader. I swear he will not do all. They pape na go. Obiti and let you know. Matarasi na a problem. Every day they pape in it. They pape care for the massive. Everywhere he pass in the drop it.
Yeah, my people.
Kumis, Munya, 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 Kumi, Mundra, 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 Kumis, Mundi, 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 Kumis. Ay, ay, ay! Carries Kumi to the top, bro. The Kumi we want to, Alex Kumi we want to, the Kumi we want to, Alex Kumi we want to, the Kumi we want to, Alex Kumi.
That Ellis Cummings we won. And my people, listen, will be on here tomorrow, 12 o'clock. I will be live again talking, and then in the night I'll be on again. So join me as I continue to actually discuss with you about the state and affairs of the CPP. As we get information, we'll upload it, we'll unroll it. Just make sure unveil it. So don't be there left in the dark. Reach out and let's continue to work. Remember, October 6th, we're coming outside. Let your people know. If you got your relatives and stuff and young people, let them know October 6th we're coming outside and we're going to make a statement. Y'all have a good night, okay? And I appreciate all of you. Thanks for your support, and let's continue to work for the sake of Liberia and in support of Mr. Cummings. My name is Duke Strider, JJ, and tonight I have been very, 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 very excited to work along with you to make sure that all of us are fighting as hard as we can to educate the people of Liberia about what real change is. On that note, let's go ahead and sign up. I will.
Kaka wonga temi yo, jenga ba mwega nela yo, together we stand, ready to serve. We are change not come. We not willing to fall. My word kaya. You already got quiet. We will win, CPP, we will win, ANC, we will win, 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 CPP, we will win, ANC, we will win, we will win, we will win.
Better education, better healthcare, invest in agriculture, fix the infrastructure. Not overnight, not easily, but it can be done. Liberians will feel the difference. We will set the example. We'll work hard every day. We'll go to work on time. We'll not steal. And when people steal, we'll punish them.
Katedia de lolo, de la lekadia. Aga ikonga bogo pro. Ivo ne relega tu. My kumi ega ngi bro. Akwe mon. Kakege kuka pai. Ake kuku yenga komon. Kumi fence. Raise your hands to the dance. Feel pleasant. Kumi fence. Raise your hands to the dance. Feel pleasant. we will win, we will win. CPP, we will win. ANC, we will win, we will win, we will win, we will win, we will win. CPP, we will win. ANC, we will win, we will win, we will win.
Jura, when I eat on a board, make a decision. And it's not for me that the best for the nation. As soon as I get power, they will run it very carefully. You will never hear death new for retention. So much love and passion for my mother and my people tell with caution. We here to zero them. My fellow people, my father people, my cool people, my kill people. The GC people, the Loma people, the Crown Manor and the Banning people. We are one set of people, so we have a full class. United we stay in Valley with four. Mr. Broskin tried bad, but he couldn't make it so he said, so I tell Broskin or I forgive for us. Vote for your future, vote for your right, my fellow Liberians.
Papa, open it too. It's time for us come to let your two. It's my message to my new generation. That the nation is staring at you. It's about time nobody force you to do. You must vote for your right, vote for your future, vote for your nation. Make that decision, ANC, for CPP. Oh, we here again, Bomba. First time for Thomas, come is your hero. And Charlie personally, Moloya Toronto. All the you say, I say they say. All the 50 promise they can make. All the G say, I say they can say. And I get to know what they say. This money ourselves money already. Mr. Thomas, you the one that will carry. ANC, CCP, Arika, Dini, there we go. ANC, CCP, Arika, Dini, there we go.
Mr. Alexander Kumila Letato, setting there from a river fellow happen. You're not looking at Mr. Lion or Chapel. Mr. Alexander Kumila get people. When I go to the water project in Liberia, scholarship from Liberia to America. Vote for your future, don't let a project be doing talk. But a photo, I want you to make a better choice. Over ANC party to get a better job. Then I get Kumin Pele one clear. You wear my own game, but you want to care. Kumila news, follow your care. You got to make that show for all of us. You have to wear another thing just for healthcare. I have people forget it to me taking care. Everybody cheers for your faith. We just see clear. Kumin got me creeping down a crap. Kumin always out saying yes. No more saying no. No more for hope. No more stormy toes. No more in hope. If we get in darkness, chicken and crow. They thought the hope, they hope not brings no hope. ANC coming for better tomorrow.
The coming Rumskin ticket, I should say, dreams and has a vision of a government of inclusion, where it doesn't matter your tribe, your religion, your gender, your geographic location, that you too can be a part of growth and benefit from this great nation of ours. For too long, there's only been a few who have benefited at the detriment to the others, so it brings this vision of inclusion. We have a government that hires more people than the private sector. When the government is hiring more people than the private sector, that country is set to fail, because that means that your tax-paying dollars are going to salaries and going to some corrupt officials.
And when people feel punishment, with all these big shots, business will get rid of it. You know who I am, will stop it, move all follow the rule.
Sharon, I see you, Papi.
We will win, CPP, we will win, ANC, we will win, 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 CPP, we will win, ANC, we will win, we will win, we will win.
All right, my people, on that note, I want to say thanks to all of you for actually following tonight. My name is Duke. I'm very grateful for your support. Let's continue to work together and make this thing, a win for Mr. Comics. You have a good night.